One game down, 2 more to go here from Rock Hill, South Carolina. If game 2 is anything like game number 1, we are in for a treat. Right now, it's Bradley taking on St. Bonaventure. Live from the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, I'm Paul Fritchner alongside Randolph Childress and Jeff Goodman. It is game 2 of the Field of 68's opening day marathon. It is great to have all of you with us, thousands watching from around the world for 2 very competitive teams today between Bonaventure and Bradley. Jeff Goodman.
2 great programs, 2 of the best non-Power 5 programs, whatever you want to call it in the country. 2 great coaches that preach defense, toughness, and both of these guys, Brian Wardle for Bradley and Mark Schmidt from St. Bonaventure, have no clue what to expect with their revamped rosters. They don't.
No, they don't, but we do know this game will be decided on the defensive end of the paint. Who controls the paint? Going to go a long way. Interesting, Frank Mitchell's not starting. We know when he comes in against that second unit, that can flip things towards St. Bonnie with the inexperience that Bradley's front line has.
There's a lot of size in this game on both sides, and I'm really excited to see what we kind of see from the 2 different styles of this game and how these teams match up with each other, because we watched practice yesterday on both sides. Highly competitive. Brian Wardle really asking for more out of his group time and again in practice yesterday, demanding excellence, and St. Bonaventure running as we always expect under Mark Schmidt. What an intense couple hours it was yesterday. St. Bonaventure fans here in full force. This environment will be rocking.
Yeah, they traveled. They traveled from Olean, and they brought their general manager as well. The guy who helped put together this roster, a guy that needs no introduction, former newsbreaker, NBA newsbreaker Adrian Wojnarowski. He's in the crowd as well, and we'll talk about him later, but his investment in this program is really, really remarkable. And I'm not talking about from a monetary part either. This dude is so invested in the success of his alma mater. It's really impressive.
Jeff, he turned down $7 million for this job. He's invested. We don't just dismiss monetary when it's $7 million. I don't, at least. But no, it was fascinating talking to him about what his role has been and his passion for his university.
Yeah, we had a chance yesterday to catch up with Woj for probably a half hour during practice, and just hearing his thoughts on how he helped assemble this roster and what they were looking for, the style they were trying to piece together, and then also some of the continuity that they're trying to build. So many thoughts that were fascinating to hear from his perspective.
It's great to hear, because all these mid-major programs are that way. Everyone is trying to get retention. And that's not easy to do in mid-major programs. When you develop guys, they go on and make money. They're planning on that, but they want to get a second year of retention and then really have a great year that year, knowing they won't keep guys beyond that.
You know, these 2 coaches within the industry are considered 2 of the best program kind of builders and sustainers. I mean, you talk about St. Bonaventure, what Mark Schmidt's been able to do there is really, really remarkable, because, you know, Olean, if you've ever been to Olean, New York, there's not a ton there, but Mark Schmidt absolutely loves it. He's built it, and he's going to retire there. He's going to retire there, and, you know, when he's not at his lake house, Mark Schmidt, all he wants to do is coach. These are 2 bold coaches.
Yeah, it was fun talking to those guys. He's a throwback guy, passionate, still running around the gym, as energetic as ever. Yeah. And he's super excited about his group and what this group can look like when the season goes on. And they got a tough test here in Bradley, and the standard is a standard. There's another experienced coach that feels a lot better today, Paul, because his Bears beat up on your Bengals yesterday. So I know Brian Wardle's feeling really good right now.
Beat up is certainly one way to say it.
Or stole one. I don't know which you want to choose. I mean, that's a...
Just beat me down however you want.
It's all right, Paul. There's always next year.
No, I've been saying that for 40 years, Jeff. Oh, boy. All right, time to play some college basketball. Osasui out to the jump circle alongside Yanovich. Bradley wins the tip. The Braves, who went 28-9 overall last year, 15-5 in the Missouri Valley. New year, new faces for the Bradley Braves. The same coach, Brian Wardle, in his 11th season at the helm. Three ball on the way, a little short. Birch there. And it's tracked down. Starting lineup for St. Bonaventure. Get to it here in just a moment. Kick out. Three ball, corner three. Off the wing, rather, and that's off the mark. These teams kind of getting up and down early. We see DeSante Bowen, Daryl Simmons, Buddy Simmons out there. Almost 7 3-point attempts a game last year. Buddy Simmons averaging over 17 a game. Caden Charles, Joseph Grahovic, and Andrew Osasui. That's your starting five for St. Bonaventure. Then for Bradley, it's Demarion Birch, Alex Hubrex, A.J. Smith, Jaquan Johnson, and Ahmet Yanovich.
Still, we talked about an 8 o'clock game. Even 11 o'clock is still early, you know, for guys to be ramped up and ready to play a basketball game. So, again, we're seeing the same thing, a little jitters, playing someone new, taking shots that falling a little short, a little long. Take these guys, to, like I said, to the first TV timeout before guys settle down.
Well, how hyped up you played?
Yes.
I mean, how hyped up are you for a situation like this? Again, a lot of these guys in a new spot or playing with new teammates, first game of the year.
Just a lot of adrenaline. Yeah. You know, you're excited about it. You've been practicing for 45 days against each other. Now you get a chance to get out there and finally play against someone else. I think everybody's kind of motivated. And level of intensity. The fans that come to support these guys, it's just a great environment. We saw one great basketball game. It started out a little sluggish, and I think we're going to have a second one.
Well, that's a big difference, too. Years ago when you played, coaches weren't allowed to work with you in the summer. Right. Now, coaches can work with these guys, so they're ready. Yeah. They're ready to get going.
It's just nerves. They definitely are prepared. They spend more time on the court together. They know what they need to do. This is just coming out with a level of excitement and first time playing a game. It takes nerves, and particularly an unexperienced group like Bradley had.
Caden Charles opens the scoring for this one. And it's been a tough go of it in the first couple minutes for the Braves.
And Charles is a guy that they recruited thinking he was going to be a back of the bench type player from North Georgia. But he does everything well, all the little things. You don't have to run plays for him, as you saw there.
And they raved about his shot making. I mean, his shot doesn't look conventional, but he knocks it down at a high clip. I mean, 37% a year ago, and shot it well so far the preseason for these guys.
You can see the size checking in off the bench for Bradley. Corey Thomas, 6'10", 210. Timothy Vandernap also right in off the bench.
I think the game starts now for St. Bonaventure and Frank Mitchell, steps into the game. I mean, he's got to be a double-double guy if they want to achieve the goals that they set out for themselves this year.
Jaquan Johnson feeding underneath. There it is. Thomas throws it down for two.
Great find by Johnson. They were coming off the ball screen, attacking Mitchell, who just got in the game.
Crafty up and under, but Mitchell can get there. Johnson, I mean, he's built like a fullback.
Yeah, you know what his nickname is, right?
The Bully.
Bully.
Yeah.
Love it. Look at him. I mean,
he's built like a tailback. He gets his shoulders past you. You're not getting back in front of him.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take a charge on him.
No.
I mean, not that you know anything about taking charges, Arsen.
I did it by accident a few times, Jeff. It was overrated experience. I don't recommend it.
Into the lane, Buddy Simmons.
Natural score. Just wired, built to score. And I think he'll be their leading scorer throughout the year. Woj kind of mentioned that to us yesterday. It's just has all the tools in the bag.
We got his dad next to me right here, and from Detroit, tough kid who obviously came from Gardner-Webb.
Yeah.
And we're going to hear his dad plenty on this broadcast, trust me.
His dad was yelling for Rozier to shoot last game. Yeah. I can't imagine what he's going to be yelling for his own son to shoot this game.
Yeah, he coached both of them in kindergarten.
He did say that. It's unbelievable.
Kind of cool.
That'll take us to our first break. It's a quick start. St. Bonaventure up 2 on Bradley.
Do you need your fix of college basketball analysis at the end of every night during the season? If you crave instant reactions and informed breakdowns, make sure you tune into the Field of 68 After Dark every night with access to the biggest stars in the sport and a cast of characters that includes the likes of Tyler Hansbrough, Randolph Childress, John Fanta, John Henson, Terrence Oglesby, Jarrell McNeil, and many, many more. The Field of 68 After Dark is where college basketball happens.
There he is right there, just talking about him. Some family in attendance.
So you know how he got the nickname Buddy?
Tell me, Jeff.
So Dad just told me he had 2 girls first. They ended up with 3 girls, but 2 girls. Then Daryl comes out, and his dad looks at him and he says, "Bye, Buddy," and it just stuck. I think he was just happy to have a boy at that point.
Sure.
You know, somebody he could, I don't know, hang with, watch some sports with, and I'll tell you what, Daryl's turned into a heck of a player, and as you said, like, this is a guy that can create,
yes.
and I think he'll fit alongside DeSante Bowen very well. Bowen's a veteran, came out of Brewster Academy, played a couple years at Iowa. Not a great shooter, missed the last part of last season, and has really worked on the mechanics of his shot now. So we'll see how that works in this game. I want to see kind of how much confidence does he have shooting the ball now, RC, because they need him to be a guy that kind of lets it fly at times.
He's going to have to make shots, but what he really does is he let Buddy just be himself. He just needs to be a bucket getter. Buddy Simmons doesn't have to change his game. He's got to defend the ball. They're probably going to have Bowen on a bigger offensive player.
A nice steal there coming in by Caden Charles. He'll run out the other way. Charles, dishes it off. Mitchell, what a look.
And that's why Charles is in the lineup, right? He just makes every winning play. You can see it already.
A hot start for Bonaventure. A 6-0 run now in the last minute.
This is where you see the experience of St. Bonaventure as well. They're settled down after the break. They're flying around. Bradley's still looking for it. They've lost so much on the offensive end of the floor. Where's their identity coming from here? Look at the great drive there and the unselfish play. Getting Mitchell off. Easy basket here for him. And got to guard the ball in transition. And Bradley, again, just is an unexperienced group. And Coach Warder doesn't know what to expect from these guys right now. I mean, he lost a lot. I mean, that team he had a year ago was loaded. He had a preseason player of the year. He knew he had a dude and Duke Dean, and now he's trying to find out what his squad has in them early with a big test here against St. Bonaventure.
St. Bonaventure fans always travel well, and they are on their feet right there behind the Bonaventure bench, appreciating that defensive effort by Charles on the block. Driving through contact, hands straight up. Great contest from Frank Mitchell. Bowen looking left side. Charles feeding Mitchell. As it poked, but a foul on Corey Thomas.
That last drive, Coach Warden warned his group. St. Bonaventure is a help-heavy team. They are coming, driving and elevating and jumping in the air with no idea what you're doing with the basketball. It's not good basketball against St. Bonaventure. You've got to play off 2 fine guys. There will be open opportunities, but you got to drive to pass, not drive to score against this group.
They got Montana Wheeler on that foul coming around. Deep 3. Simmons. teams now combined 0 for 6 from 3 to start.
Bradley likes to play through their bigs, so you'll see Thomas handle the ball a lot at the top before he rolls inside. And they'll do their post splits, a la Golden State when the ball goes inside like that.
Tough look for Montana Wheeler on the 3.
Younger brother of Severe Wheeler, who was well-traveled in his college career. Started his career at Georgia. Backcourt made of Anthony Edwards.
Wow. Yeah.
So Montana Wheeler came in. There's 3 freshmen that came in, and Montana Wheeler was probably the less heralded of all 3, but he's the one who's earned the most minutes because you can see it physically. He's ready.
Obviously having an older brother, he's grown up around the game, and he shoots it better than Severe.
Eight on the timer. Boone away, called for steps.
Returning to the lineup for the Braves.
Both teams now starting to go to their bench.
Ahmet Janovic
Off the violation.
checking in.
Braves ball.
Again, we saw a lot of that in the first game today. Offensive foul, that'll wipe things off.
That's on Wheeler, though, as a freshman guard. He's got to learn to set that up. Bigs are taught you got to pop your feet on that ball screen, but a lot of times guards, you got to wait on the screen, allow the big to get there. Nothing more frustrating for a big man to get a foul trying to set a ball screen on a guard that goes quicker than he usually should. This is a big matchup right here.
A lot of size and a travel called on Mitchell. Well, what do you think about that matchup, Randolph?
I think Jonovic has the size and the length to bother Mitchell. Mitchell likes to get angles. You saw him trying to spin there. He wants to feel your body. That time, Jonovic did a good job, almost pulling a chair on him, forcing a travel.
Jaquan Johnson, Missouri Valley preseason first teamer. Blocking foul. I thought they might get him for steps, but a foul called. I believe that was on Charles. It was.
Look how early the help comes. They don't wait at the rim. They came outside the paint. I mean, you look at this. They're coming outside the paint. Coaches preach about it, but St. Bonnie emphasizes it, and that's just something you got to know that they're there. And Smith lucky he didn't get the foul.
Try another 3 from the corner. That'd be Bonaventure looking to push. Haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. But Brantley hasn't had much to say about it either. Low scoring affair here early on.
Yeah, both teams I think are sped up again. You know, defenses are always ahead of the offenses early in the year. They both run good stuff, and they both gonna try to control the paint.
Nifty move there by Janovic to get to the hoop. Avoid a deflection.
They're going to play through the post, through the bigs. Here's through Mitchell. But you can't stand around. He becomes too easy to guard. Yeah, get the ball out, get it on the move.
I'll say about Mitchell, as Charles takes the high arcing shots. And Buddy Simmons.
He's the best scorer on the floor right now. I mean, it's just easy for him.
Into the lane, the left. There's Mitchell. I was going to say, Mitchell on my sheet says 6'8", 270. Maybe that's right, but he almost looks bigger than that.
And a big-time hockey player, Frank Mitchell.
Yep.
So in his spare time, you can find him at the rec center playing hockey.
It's a big fella out on the ice. 10-6. Bonaventure early on.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
What does it mean to be an ultimate outsider? Find out on a journey from the beaches of the Atlantic to the Blue Ridge Mountains, where you can unearth new outdoor adventures around every turn. And if you've got what it takes, visit all of South Carolina's state parks to become an ultimate outsider. Start your journey at southcarolinaparks.com. Come out and play.
Back here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, where the St. Bonaventure Bonnies leading Bradley 10-6 here on the Field of 68's opening day marathon. Been a slow start offensively, shooting the ball for both sides.
Returning to the lineup for the Bradley Braves.
The Braves 3 for 15 from the field, and St. Bonaventure 4 for 10.
Checking into the game. Coming out of the timeout, it's Bonnie's ball.
Both teams searching for their first three. Bradley 0 for 5, St. Bonaventure 0 for 2 from beyond the arc.
So yeah, to pick up on the Frank Mitchell thing, I asked him what hockey player he would be like. He said Zdeno Chara. Remember,
Chara,
the
yes.
6'9"-ish Bruins defenseman. So, but pretty nimble, good footwork. You'll see that obviously from his hockey background.
Wow, team three, first one of the game. It's Caden Charles.
And we talked about it. He's an underrated scorer himself. 14-point-a-game score, 37 from 3, and shows you the range there.
No-look pass into the corner. Grahovic on the outside, trying to work through a couple of bigs here. Grahovic, stop. Gets his own rebound, goes back up with it off the glass. It's been a dominant start for St. Bonaventure, up by 9. Bradley's had a lot of trouble trying to get settled on the offensive end.
Yeah, they're going to have to find someone else to help create offense besides Quan Johnson.
From the corner, Ubrex.
Ubrex knocks down the open 3. I mean, 2 years ago, he was one of the most efficient offensive players in the country. Just shot the ball at a really high clip. He's not a guy you want to leave open.
Yeah, transfer into this program from Wright State. And oh, Frank Mitchell off the glass. He's only been playing basketball for 5 years.
Yeah, as I said, came up, hockey, baseball. You know, was a guy who was not even playing anything for a while. He was actually a guy who was doing kind of manual labor for a while. You know, carpentry during high school. COVID happened. Then he started playing basketball. Gets to Humber College. He said he didn't even know what a head screen was when he got to Minnesota.
Yeah, Frank Mitchell in COVID, like you said, Jeff, he had a construction job. Got laid off. Went to a park outside and started playing basketball. And now here he is 5 years later as a dominant force in the A-10.
Frank the Tank, they call him.
Can you imagine him coming at you in skates? Are you serious?
I mean, he's got to be 7'2" in skates.
He looks like Shaq. I mean, coming at you in skates. There's no way in the world. I'm getting in front of him on ice. I'm not getting in front of him on a basketball.
No.
Definitely not on ice.
Corey Thomas's 3 brought Bradley within 7, and then cut it down a little more here. Wheeler got rid of it. Vanderknapp short.
And that's Wardle's biggest concern, right, with this Bradley team. He had such a great shooting team a year ago, a veteran team, a team he knew. Now there's a lot of unknowns. The biggest one might be perimeter shooting.
Yeah, it's a different look. Even though in the offensive end, both teams are starting to pick it up. Bradley group led the nation in three-point shooting a year ago, and it may be the weakness of this team this year. He just doesn't know. He just hopes it's good enough. He's hoping he can shoot 37%, not nearly 40 that they did a year ago.
9:03 to go in the first half, and it's St. Bonaventure by 7, trying to get the season off on the right foot. Bonnies went 22-12 overall last season, and even 9-9 in the A-10. They lost 4 double-digit scores trying to replace that. And on the other side, Bradley with Wheeler cutting in to the lane for 2 and potentially 1 more.
It's a great call there coming up. The half-court set. They run the go screen, and Hooper slips out.
Just blowing right by Lenati.
Yeah, giving Wheeler his right hand, gets to the rim, takes the contact, does a great job initiating the contact, going to the line here for an and one. Not many times you come out of a timeout and you run a play for a freshman.
And then Junovic called for the foul. That's his second.
And that's big because you need his presence inside. He's the guy that you want to take a bigger role. We talked about the lineup they lost. I mean, Duke Dean a year ago was the preseason player of the year. Darius Hannah, Zeke Montgomery, and Christian Davis, they were all double-figure scorers. And of the returning guys, Junovic is the guy that needs to step up and carry a load.
How about that? Grahovic, 6'10", JUCO transfer.
And his story is even
yes.
amazing as well. And
it's just getting ready to talk about him in a minute. Trap in the post and a turnover. Comes out to St. Bonaventure looking up ahead. Grahovic just hit that 3. It's a 7-point lead down the lane with the right, creating space to Sante Bowen, preseason all-conference second-teamer, captain of this team, and it's a 9-point lead for St. Bonaventure.
It's a great job getting downhill, driving the basketball, attacking the paint. Junovic had 2 fouls, didn't want to pick up one there. Great job here. Bradley down 8. A lot of basketball left to play.
Whether you're building robots, working with cutting-edge medical simulators, or creating award-winning video games, Bradley University prepares you. Bradley provides a top-tier education with a proven return on investment. Plus, you'll cheer on D1 athletics, study abroad, and choose from over 200 student organizations. At Bradley, you'll find the right fit for you and become whoever you want to be. Bradley University.
Do you need your fix of college basketball analysis at the end of every night during the season? If you crave instant reactions and informed breakdowns, make sure you tune into the Field of 68 After Dark every night with access to the biggest stars in the sport and a cast of characters that includes the likes of Tyler Hansbrough, Randolph Childress, John Fanta, John Henson, Terrence Oglesby, Jarrell McNeil, and many, many more. The Field of 68 After Dark is where college basketball happens.
Going to college is about finding your place in the world. And as soon as you step onto St. Bonaventure's campus, you'll realize you're right where you need to be. Here, you'll join a caring and tight-knit community where top-ranked academics, value, and outcomes meet all around good vibes. So check out St. Bonaventure today. It might just be the right place for you right from the start.
Bradley trying to find their footing here as we come down the home stretch of the first half. It's Bonaventure by 9. And Randolph Childress, what do you think has gone well for St. Bonaventure so far to get them this early lead?
They're controlling the paint on both ends of the floor right now. They're getting the ball to the rim as we saw in the last drive, but they're not allowing Bradley anything in the paint. Their help is early and often, and Bradley's nose is coming, but I think when you don't practice that way, you're not used to it as much. And they're just, 10 feet around. They're dominating that area on both ends, getting to the rim when they want, which is opening up a couple of threes for them because Bradley's having to suck in their rotation. And on the other end, they're limiting Bradley and speeding them up a little bit to put their defensive pressure. And you see Wheeler's back in the game. Coach is not happy with Jaquan Johnson. He jumped him yesterday, and Jaquan Johnson responded with that. He knows he can coach him hard, and he expects great things out of him. And that time he led a drive right down the middle of the floor, and smart play by Jovanovic just not making a foul.
Montana Wheeler.
It's a critical point of the game right now, guys.
St. Bonaventure 5 for their last 6 from the field. Bradley
That's a big
cutting
shot.
into it.
That is a really big shot there.
Damarian Birch, extremely explosive. That's what the coaching staff called him, the Missouri Valley preseason second teamer. Brings Bradley within 6.
And he shot at 56% a year ago, but he didn't take a lot of them. I think his numbers will increase this year from a attempt standpoint, and I think his percentage will go down.
Had it poked away. Wheeler to Birch, and he'll go to the line.
2 big plays there, right, to get him back in the game, feeling good. And Birch is a guy that he needs to step up.
Yes.
He was hurt last year, but like you said, when he was healthy, he was a productive guy. It's just all these players now that have been thrust into starting roles.
Yes.
They were the 7th, 8th, 9th man a year ago, so it's going to take time, and Brian Warner wants to figure out, are they ready for this? Who's ready?
That's the concern that he has, because now you go from a guy at the end of the scouting report to now they're at the top of it. And as a guard, it's harder to scheme you in that manner. With Jovanovic, you can trap him in the post. He wants to get inside. You know where he'll be. But Birch can attack in so many different ways, and that 3 here and then get a chance here to add 2 more points. When St. Bonaventure was looking like they were going to blow this game open, Bradley needs Birch and Jaquan Johnson when he comes back in, and right now, just to settle things down.
Birch hit the first. Split the pair.
Gone to a little 1-3-1 zone here. They were a little late getting into it, which allowed the ball to get deeper than you want to start the offense.
Grahovic underneath the lay-in. Joe Grahovic, what an incredible story. He was working baling hay, working in a warehouse. He was a delivery driver, played in the Drew League. His dad was working on decks, right? Like sanding, staining decks. And Grahovic, to take recruiting calls, would have to step away from working on the decks with his dad to say, hold on, I got some work to do. I have to finish this work, and then I can call you back, Coach, and we'll get there. Now here he is at St. Bonaventure from Santa Ana, California, over to New York.
And he was a kid that when he played in high school early, said he didn't know how to handle coaching, so he just quit the team. Quit the team and playing video games all night. And he said to me, I had no purpose in life then. So he's figured it out now, 24 years old. And he's still got 2 years left of eligibility after this year. He's a big-time Woj recruit. And Woj pumped him up early, and he told Woj, hey, can you settle it down a little bit? I know I'm your big-time recruit, but you're putting a lot of pressure on me here. He wants it, but he also said, I have a lot to learn. I know I haven't played at this level. Right. It's going to take time. But you can see, man, 6'10", he runs the court, he plays hard, he cherishes this opportunity.
And he stretches the floor. He's putting it on the deck. I mean, showing you his skill set here early in the first half. Remember, Jovanovic has 2 fouls, so continue to put him in ball screens and attack him.
And the 3 from the corner. It's Buddy Simmons again.
This is a long 5.5 minutes. for Bradley right now. It's Buddy Simmons' dad is letting you know.
There's Grohovic.
He said he's putting the A-10 on notice right now.
Here's Simmons again underneath. Kick out.
Continue to put Jovanovic in ball screens. He has to. He cannot pick up a foul.
Yes! Yes!
Wing three. It's Caden Charles. His second three. He's a perfect 4 for 4 from the field with a pair of threes. He's the game's leading scorer with 12.
He's been incredible. I mean, he has done absolutely everything that Mark Schmidt has asked him to do, and a lot more, because, again, you didn't expect him to be leading the team in scoring.
They better tighten up on their defense and start making some shots, or this thing could get ugly quick. They are trailing in everything.
Air ball on a straightaway three.
He's got to settle down and find some offense.
Returning to the lineup for Bradley, number 22.
Just a great drive there at Fine.
Right into the shooting pocket.
Now, Wheeler's helping on the strong side. You got to be in your gap already, get in, close out. When you're late to the gap, you can't get there, and at his size, he's got to be early. When you're late, they're just going to elevate, and that's an open shot. Just level of basketball. They don't miss that open shot too many times.
A 13-point lead for St. Bonaventure.
What the hell was that? 2 hits!
Strong to the bucket. That's A.J. Smith, the James Madison transfer. And a jump ball. It'll stay on this end with, no, they called a foul first. So the near side official called a jump ball, and the far side official had a foul. And it'll be a shooting foul. So right there, they got a foul before the jump ball. And they got that on Jaquan Johnson, his first.
Checking into the game for Bradley, number 0, Demarion Birch. At the line for St. Bonaventure, Caden Charles shoots 2 shots.
The spread out so far right now, St. Bonaventure's offensively, they're getting the ball inside whenever they want, and Bradley just seems to be a step slow defensively right now. They're not in their gaps, they're chasing. And when you're chasing like that, you're giving up everything. They're giving up layups, threes, free throws. You know, defensively, they got to take something away. And that's going to hurt them because Jovanovic in his defense, he's passive now with 2 fouls. You got to try to find a way to keep this thing close within 10 points or so for the remainder of the half.
How impressive is it, though, RC, in the first game of the season to watch a St. Bonaventure team that looks like they've been playing together for a long time on the defensive end?
Well, credit to Woj and what we talked about. It's fun what they're going to, you know, everyone has preseason predicaments, and, you know, until you get them out there on the floor, you know what you're looking at. And this team is big, athletic, and I think if they can consistently get plays from their backcourt, which we're seeing so far this first half, then look out in the A-10. This could be a big-time surprise team.
And they're picked 8th.
Yeah, I was just going to say.